ITIL Foundation version 5 is a starting point for understanding how modern organizations manage digital products and services. It helps explain how technology work becomes reliable, repeatable, measurable, and valuable to the business. For early career IT, cybersecurity, cloud, support, operations, governance, and compliance professionals, that matters because most real technology jobs are not isolated technical tasks. They happen inside services, teams, processes, suppliers, user expectations, business goals, and risk decisions. This episode is part of the Monday Certified feature from Bare Metal Cyber Magazine, and today we are looking at where this certification fits, what the exam really tests, and how to prepare for it without turning study time into a memorization marathon. If this certification is on your study list, a free and complete audio course is available in the Bare Metal Cyber Academy at baremetalcyber.com, complete with a study guide and a second ebook featuring 1,000 flashcard questions. At its core, this certification is about service management. That means it is not a hands-on security tool exam, and it is not a deep technical architecture exam. It is a framework exam that helps you understand how technology services are created, delivered, supported, governed, and improved. The value of the credential is not that it teaches you how to configure one platform. The value is that it gives you a shared language for service delivery, customer value, continual improvement, lifecycle thinking, experience, suppliers, and operational coordination. The current Foundation certification is issued through PeopleCert, which manages the modern ITIL certification ecosystem. The ITIL name has been recognized for decades across enterprise IT, public sector technology organizations, consulting firms, managed service providers, and large operational environments. Employers often view it as a signal that someone understands more than their own queue of tickets or their own technical specialty. It suggests that the person can think about how technology work supports users, customers, business outcomes, and organized service delivery. The certification is foundation level, which means it is designed to introduce the framework rather than test expert-level implementation. That makes it useful for people who are early in their IT careers, moving from technical support into operations, or trying to understand how larger technology organizations coordinate work. A service desk technician, junior systems administrator, security analyst, IT coordinator, product support specialist, cloud operations associate, governance analyst, or aspiring service delivery manager can all benefit from the same basic foundation. One of the most useful things this credential does is help learners see the difference between doing technical work and managing a service. A ticket is not just a ticket. A change is not just a form. An incident is not just a disruption. Each of these things connects to user experience, business impact, risk, communication, prioritization, improvement, and trust. That is the mindset the exam is trying to build. It wants you to see the system around the work, not just the individual task in front of you. The exam expects you to understand the major ideas behind digital product and service management. That includes value co-creation, service relationships, products, services, outcomes, costs, risks, stakeholders, experience, and sustainability. It also includes the 4 dimensions of product and service management. Those dimensions are organizations and people, information and technology, partners and suppliers, and value streams and processes. The point is simple but important. A service does not succeed because of technology alone. It succeeds when people, tools, suppliers, processes, information, and governance work together. You also need to understand the ITIL value system, guiding principles, life cycle activities, management practices, continual improvement, and value stream thinking. These can sound abstract when you first encounter them, but they become much easier when you connect them to real work. Think about a password reset process, a cloud outage, a new application release, a vendor-hosted platform, or a security incident that affects business operations. In each case, the organization needs more than a technical fix. It needs clear ownership, communication, prioritization,
risk awareness, customer awareness, and improvement after the fact.
The exam is multiple choice, but that does not mean it is only about memorizing definitions. The questions often test whether you can recognize the best framework-aligned answer. In real workplaces, teams often develop local habits and shortcuts. Some of those habits are useful and some are not. The exam is asking you to think in terms of value, collaboration, progress, feedback, the whole system, and responsible service delivery. That means the best answer may not be the one that sounds most familiar from your own organization. It may be the one that best reflects the framework.
A common misunderstanding is that ITIL is only for service desk teams. Service desk work is part of the picture, but the modern foundation view is much broader. It includes digital products, service life cycles, value streams, governance, suppliers, experience, and continual improvement. Another misunderstanding is that ITIL is just bureaucracy. Poorly implemented frameworks can absolutely become paperwork for the sake of paperwork, but that is not the real intent. The framework is supposed to help organizations deliver better services, reduce confusion, improve flow, and connect technology activity to value. The exam is commonly structured as 40 multiple-choice questions with a 60-minute time limit. It is closed book, and the passing score is commonly 65%. Those numbers matter because they shape how you should prepare. The exam is not so long that you need marathon endurance, but it is fast enough that you should be comfortable with the language before you sit for it. You do not want every question to feel like you are decoding a new vocabulary list under time pressure.
A good preparation plan starts with the big picture. Before you drill terms, understand what service management is trying to accomplish. It helps organizations create value through products and services. It connects providers, consumers, users, customers, sponsors, suppliers, and stakeholders. It balances outcomes, costs, and risks. It looks at the full life cycle of products and services, from discovery and design through delivery, support, and improvement. Once that map makes sense, the individual terms are easier to place.
After the big picture, work through the major framework components. Learn the guiding principles and what they sound like in practice. Learn the 4 dimensions and why each one matters. Learn the value system and how it connects governance, practices, improvement, and value streams. Learn the major management practices at the level expected for the foundation exam. Do not just memorize a phrase. Ask yourself what the concept is for, what problem it helps solve, and how it might appear in a workplace scenario. Practice questions are valuable, but they work best after you have a basic mental model. If you go straight to question banks too early, you may only memorize answer patterns without understanding why the answer is right. A better approach is to use practice questions as a diagnostic tool, a value stream idea, a management practice, or a definition that you only partly understood.
The Bare Metal Cyber Academy can fit naturally into that study approach. The free audio course is useful for first exposure, commute review, and reinforcement while you are doing other tasks. The study guide gives you a structured reading path when you need to slow down and connect ideas. The flashcards ebook is useful for quick recall, repeated review, and tightening terminology before exam day. The strongest approach is to let those formats reinforce each other, rather than treating any single resource as the whole plan.
For busy professionals, shorter study sessions often work better than rare long sessions. You might use audio to build familiarity, then read a section carefully, then test recall with flashcards, then answer a short block of practice questions. The repetition matters. ITIL terminology can feel abstract at first, but it becomes more natural when you keep connecting it back to incidents, changes, service requests, suppliers, users, customers, support queues, service levels, and improvement work. As you get closer to exam day, shift from learning mode into readiness mode. Focus on weak areas. If you keep missing questions about the 4 dimensions, explain each dimension in your own words and create a simple workplace example.
If lifecycle concepts are giving you trouble, map them to how a service moves from idea to delivery to operation to improvement. If guiding principles feel too similar, compare them side by side and ask what each principle would encourage a team to do differently.
During the exam, read carefully. Many questions will include wording that points you toward the framework view. Look for answers that support value, collaboration, practical improvement, user needs, sustainability, good governance, and whole system thinking. Eliminate answers that sound too narrow, too reactive, too tool-centered, or too focused on process for its own sake. The exam is not asking you to prove that paperwork matters. It is asking whether you understand how organized service management helps technology work produce better outcomes.
Career-wise, this certification is most helpful when your work touches service delivery, operations, support, governance, or coordination. It can help service desk professionals understand the broader operating model around their work. It can help junior administrators and cloud operations professionals think beyond technical tasks. It can help cybersecurity analysts understand how incidents, changes, resilience, communication, and operational risk fit into the larger service environment. It can also help people who want to move toward management, service ownership, process improvement, or governance roles.
Hiring managers usually do not treat this credential as proof of deep technical ability. It does not show that you can secure a cloud tenant, administer a network, investigate malware, or write secure code. What it can show is that you understand how technology services should function in a structured organization. That signal can matter in enterprises where IT, security, engineering, suppliers, support teams, and business stakeholders all need to work from a shared language.
In a broader certification path, ITIL Foundation version 5 can sit beside technical and cybersecurity credentials. Someone early in IT might pair it with CompTIA A+, Network Plus, or Security Plus. Someone in security operations might combine it with Security Plus, CISA Plus, or a cloud security credential. Someone moving towards governance, risk, audit, or leadership might later pursue project management, risk management, audit, or advanced service management certifications. The right path depends on the role you want next.
It is also worth knowing when this certification may not be the best immediate choice. If your short-term goal is hands-on networking, CCNA or Network Plus may be more useful. If your goal is Linux administration, Linux Plus or a hands-on Linux path may fit better. If your goal is entry-level cybersecurity, Security Plus may be the more direct starting point. But if your goal is service delivery, organized operations, business-facing IT, governance, or management track growth, ITIL Foundation version 5 is a strong early credential.
The biggest lesson is that technology careers are not only built on tools. They are also built on how well professionals understand services, value, communication, reliability, improvement, and business impact. This certification helps build that language early. It gives you a way to understand why organized service management matters.
For the right learner, this certification is practical, approachable, and career useful. It is especially valuable when you are moving from individual technical tasks toward a broader view of IT operations, service delivery, cybersecurity coordination, or technology leadership. With a steady study plan, repeated review, and a focus on the framework's real purpose, you can prepare without overcomplicating it. And if you want a flexible structure, the Bare Metal Cyber Academy resources can support that preparation through audio review, guided reading, and focused recall practice. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.